Hey guys, techmadeezy. Thank you so much for clicking on our video. I hope you enjoy it and I hope it's helpful. In this review, I'm going to be sharing my experience with the Select Cut XP. I was one of the first owners grabbing this at Lowe's in January, and I got to tell you, when I went to go buy it, they were like, we don't have it in stock. And I pointed up at the stock on the top shelves and they were able to get me one. So I shared that video with you, I think in my unboxing as well. I've been using Ego for about 3 years now, and I'm proud to say I'm the first channel to post videos on the XP series. Here are a few of my videos I'll put up on the screen, just so you can see what the images look like, and I will put some links in the description for those videos, okay? But today, I'm going to be sharing my likes, all right? I'm going to be sharing my dislikes, plus I'm going to be sharing my wish lists with you, okay? Now, I will tell you, I've got 2 pages of likes, all right? I've got 1 page for dislike and 1 page for wish list. So, I'm not kidding you, this is a really good mower. It isn't cheap, but it's a really good mower. Now, let's get started. All right, our number 1 like, and these are in no specific order, but our number 1 like probably should be number 1. This is great for the environment. I love that. I'll be honest with you. You know, no gas, no oil, no spills, no carburetor jam-ups where my lawnmower won't start. So very, very clean and safe for the environment, which is really important. All right, guys, number 2 on my like list is the Ego 700 watt super fast charger. This is included in the LM2156sp bundle, okay, when you buy that package, and it is extremely fast. The other thing that's really nice about this is it also has a fan that actually cools off your battery while it's charging. And if there's one thing you learn about Ego, it's the battery technology itself. You don't have to wait an hour to recharge a battery, okay? And I'll talk more about that when I come up to the batteries. Now, I will also tell you, this unit is also on my dislike list, and you'll see why. But 700 watts, $170 value included in the Select Cut XP. So, really nice. Number 3, like, is the Ego 10 amp hour lithium ion battery. Now, this battery will give you up to 75 minutes of runtime, first of all, okay? This comes in that package, LM2156sp. It also has a fuel gauge, and what's nice about this fuel gauge is you really know how much battery you have. Now, don't get me wrong, anything better than this is going to be a percentage on the battery. That would be phenomenal. But you got 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. So when you click this button before you go out to mow the lawn, you know where you stand, okay? And this battery sells for $400 to $450. Now, the other thing that's important about Ego batteries is their arc lithium design and how the battery is designed as an arc. And you can't see it much, but it's not a square battery. The batteries in here are basically laid with spacing. They're also wrapped with something called Keep Cool technology, which basically disperses the heat out of the battery. I am going to show you a video in a little while on arc lithium technology and Keep Cool technology, something that I have learned and truly love about the battery itself. Because I'll tell you, without this battery technology, the Ego mower is nothing. This battery works in every Ego tool, which is awesome. So, that's my number 3. All right, guys, my number 4 like is going to be about the blades that are included with this mower, okay? Now, the first thing I want you to see is I took out the battery, all right? You want to make sure your battery is out before you lift this up to show and expose your blades, all right? So that's done, all right? Now, when you get the LM2150 or LM2156sp, you will get the mulching blade, which is known as a gator blade, installed. As you can see, I have a high lift blade installed. But think about that. With the 2150 or the 2156sp, you get 4 blades in the box, okay? The mulching blade, the gator blade, is really nice, man. It does a good job cutting up and mulching that grass, so when it hits the ground, it becomes like vitamins to your lawn. Now, this also includes what they call like an economy blade. This is an extended runtime blade, and it's light, it's small. It's simply going to do a good job cutting, but what's nice is it won't use a lot of battery, okay? And so that's why they call it an extended runtime blade, all right? Now, my favorite blade, I have to say, now that it's available, because it wasn't available on Select Cut until this year, and it launched with the new mower. This is the high lift blade, and I mean, if you look at the thickness of this blade in comparison to the other blades, there's a reason for it. It creates a crazy vacuum. So as your blades are spinning around in this deck, it is taking the grass and lifting it up from the ground so it can actually cut it, right? Think about that. That vacuum lifts the grass up that might be lazy, cuts it nice, okay? And does a phenomenal job when you have your bag on as well. So when you have your bag on, this is great for cutting and bagging. Now, I will tell you, I sometimes just use it for mulching, all right? Because I love this blade so much that I'm almost hardly using this one, but it's still good to have, and you get it, all right? So there is my number 4 reason. All right, my number 5 reason is, unlike many other mowers out there, 1, the battery can be seen directly from the compartment. Now, I love that it stays open, because a lot of manufacturers, you have to hold this and juggle, and let me tell you, these batteries are not light. But if you take this and you put it in there, the nice part is, in most cases, you can see these LEDs while you're mowing, which is really, really important. All right, so that is my number 5 reason. My number 6 reason is one-hand height adjustment. Guys, this has 7 settings, anywhere from 1 inch when you go down on the bottom, okay, all the way up to 4 inches. And what's nice is this lever lifts all 4 wheels up. Now, if you've probably seen mowers out there, they've got a setting for the front, the setting for the back, a setting for both sides. This is amazing. I love this technology, right? I don't know why I'm calling it technology, but one-hand height adjustment is phenomenal. And by the way, I normally mow at a 4, which is 2.5 inches. If I'm not mistaken, the lowest I go is 2 inches with a 3, and that's rare. But normally I'll do a 4 and sometimes a 5. I'll even do a 6 if it's really hot outside, all right? So that is my number 6 reason. All right, number 7 reason why I like the Ego mower is build quality. First off, I mean, look at how it stores, right? So you just go ahead and open this up, grab the handle, right? This handle here, open, okay? Click on these plastic clips here, open your handle all the way up. Now make sure your handle is open all the way up, because if it's not, your mower won't start. But what I like is, you know, the aluminum's light yet very strong. I like this mid-bar. I thought it was a great idea, by the way. I love the wire harness. This is just a simple and a clean and durable solution. The handle is made very well. It's very comfortable. They didn't go cheap, okay? You know, obviously you do have a form of plastic on here, but even the wheels have ball bearing. This thing is made very well, and that is my number 7 reason. My number 8 reason is the way they design the Self Propel on this mower. If you are a lefty, or a righty. You don't have to press both of these. You can press any one of these. You can also have Self Propel off, which is nice. And you can go as slow as 0.9 miles an hour all the way up to 3.1 miles an hour. So, you know, slow. I mean, this thing doesn't have a battery in it, but I love this. And this is my number 8 reason why. My number 9 reason why is this thing's got 3 handle height adjustments. You can go all the way down just using this lever. You can go all the way down. Now, my fiance is 5 feet tall, so she loves this lower adjustment of the handle, okay? You have a mid, so you can kind of put it in the middle there. I'm 6'2". I like having it higher. I don't have to bend. It definitely makes a big difference in the sense, right? So all the way down, you know, really nice. Or, and I don't know if I could zoom out enough, or all the way up. So that is my number 9 reason, is Ego has put 3 height adjustments for the handle. My number 10 reason is this thing folds up and you can put it anywhere you want. So all you do is open your handles, push this down, lock, okay, so that won't come out. Click the lever, click it again, and this thing is light, okay, and you can take this, put it in a corner, and it won't take up much space. Now you can lay it on its side as well. There's nothing wrong with that. So for people that decide they want to lay it on its side, you can do that. You know, it becomes a little bit weirder to pick it up. I've not left it on my on the side, but you might have to in your garage or in your area, all right? But as you can see, that is my number 10 reason, because it's super compact. My number 11 reason, and I've done this in no particular order, but it should have probably been like number 2, is this thing is a beast, okay? The heart of this machine, the motor was upgraded, okay, from the previous Select Cut. This has a 1200 watt motor, all right? This also has 8.3 foot-pounds of torque. The previous model was 1,000 watts with 7 foot-pounds of torque. So they had made this stronger. And where you're going to use that, just so you'll know, is when you are mowing, and maybe you haven't had a chance to mow and your lawn's a little higher than it should be, this thing will plow through. Okay, obviously it's going to use more battery because, you know, the heavier the load, you know, the more it's going to use your battery. But the motor and the torque is phenomenal. And that is my number 11 reason why I like this Ego Select Cut XP. My number 12 reason is this is super light. It's only 55 pounds. And let me tell you, in comparison to a lot of mowers out there, especially gas, you're looking at a 20-pound saving, maybe more, okay? And what does that do is when I go ahead and start this mower and I move it around, the one thing I want you to see is it is, and it's going to be hard for me to show you, but when you use this, after using gas especially, it's easy to maneuver. Guys, that's my number 12 reason. My number 13 reason is the warranty. Now, one thing they did this year was they improved the warranty from the previous Select Cut. Now, not the mower, because the mowers, their tools have a 5-year warranty. So you got 5 years on this mower, okay? And you've got 3 years on the charger. So chargers have 3 years. Batteries normally have a 3-year warranty. But Ego says, if you register this battery, we will give you a 5-year warranty. And that applies only to the 10 amp hour battery. Now, if you buy the 10 amp hour battery by itself, I believe you can do the same thing. As long as you register it, you should get a 5-year. But in this tool, LM2156sp, register your battery, register your charger, register your mower. You're going to get a 5-year on the battery and the mower, which is phenomenal. And that is my number 13 reason why. Hey guys, if you're really enjoying this video, take a moment, give us a thumbs up. Brooklyn and I would really appreciate it. Thank you. My number 14 reason is ego support. Listen, no one's perfect, but Ego's available 7 days a week. They're on social media. They have a really great Facebook group. And I'll post an image of what the Facebook group looks like, the image itself. Join that as well. But they're very, very responsive. I mean, obviously, sometimes we want an answer right away, and they can't provide it. But I think they do a really good job. I've called them on Sundays at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon Eastern Standard Time, and I might have waited 30 minutes, but they picked up and they helped me. So for that reason, that is my number 14 like about the Ego Select Cut XP is Ego's support. All right, my number 1 dislike, and I think this is a design, folks, just so you'll know. I'm not sure what Ego can do, but many of us have talked about when you're self-propelling, right? And you're out there self-propelling and you're mowing, and then you stop and you want to pull the mower back. A lot of times the wheels stay engaged and kind of, they'll still go, but you'll feel the motor engaging, and you're like, all right, so what you need to do in that case is you just need to push up a little bit and then you can pull back, and that is the way it goes. Now, all right, that's not a big issue. It is my number 1 dislike, and it's definitely number 1. I will say the other disappointment that I have is there are times where I'm not even using Self Propel and it's off, and I am mowing and I go to pull back and the motor engages, and I'm like, what's up with that? So does this happen to you? If it does, post a comment below. Let's talk about it. Hopefully they'll fix this somehow in the future. I'm not sure if they can, but I mean, when Self Propel is off and you're pulling back while you're mowing, the motor should not engage, right? Makes sense. All right, my number 2 dislike, and it's weird because the amount of tech they put into these batteries, but my number 2 dislike is these are expensive. You could spend anywhere from $400 to $500 on a 10 amp hour battery, about $350 for a 7.5 amp hour battery. So my number 2 dislike, the batteries are expensive, but I don't know what we can do about that, folks. All right, this is interesting. My number 3 dislike is now a non-issue. I don't know how, but Ego reached out to me while I was doing this video, and I took a break and checked my email. My number 3 dislike was you couldn't connect this charger to your Wi-Fi. And I know it's a very simple thing, but this has smart, so you can go on the Ego app and you can actually see where your battery percentage is. You could even set alerts to say, let me know when it's at 50%. But it's a non-issue. I will put up a screen, a little snapshot, so you can see that it's actually working and showing me one of my batteries charging. So that's a non-issue. All right, I just wanted to let you guys know. My number 3 dislike, and honestly, there's nothing you can do, right? These are made of, plastic and stuff like that, right? But my number 3 dislike is the plastic sound. I don't know. I've been using these for years, and I still can't get over the plastic sound. And I almost feel like it's going to break, but yet it's made so well. So let me let you listen to the plastic sound. And by the way, you hear it mostly on an uneven grass. That's when you hear it. And I don't know how you feel about it, but to me, that's one of my dislikes. Just that sound, So, no big deal, huh? All right, my number 4 dislike, you've got to basically sharpen your blades a whole lot more than you do with gas, okay? I mean, it's probably like 25% more. And in order to get that good cut, you've got to have sharp blades, you've got to have a clean deck. All right, and so that is my number 4 dislike, that I have to sharpen my blades more. But I've got no choice. I want a nice cut. My number 5 dislike, And honestly, this is a small dislike, but this is called deck efficiency. And what that means is the smoother your deck, all right, the smoother your deck, the better your mulching will be, right? And that's the thing, right? Some of us just cut our lawn to cut our lawn, but I like maintenance cuts, which means that I cut my lawn often, and those small pieces of grass that go down, and the mulch, they're called mulch, go down into the lawn. It's like vitamins for your lawn. Think about that. You're feeding your lawn with the lawn. And they're small. You don't want them to be big because it'll suffocate your lawn. And so deck efficiency, I would like to see this, you know, maybe something here where you're covering these holes around this area, okay? You can't do anything about the mulch plug, but I'll be honest, I do believe they could come up with some kind of a design where it's an overhang slightly, so that when you put the mulch plug in, it goes up against the overhang. Because again, you know, here's where some of that grass gets caught that's trying to fly around the deck and mulch, okay? I normally have a big piece here as well. So if they can keep on working on, you know, making this more efficient, and maybe something here, deck efficiency will actually help your cutting efficiency as well, and better mulch. All right, I'm on to my wish list, and I really have 4 items on my wish list. The number one thing on my wish list would be bigger wheels. If you've seen Ryobi, if you've seen Greenworks, you know, they've stepped up and added some bigger wheels. Now, honestly, does it do anything? I don't know. Why do I want bigger wheels? This is my wish list, and I don't know. I've heard other people say that they like bigger wheels. So that's a good question, right? At the end of the day, is it worth it? But that's number 1 on my wish list. Number 2 on my wish list. Man, I'll tell you, a lot of people think about this one. You know, a lot of people mow their lawns, right? Young and old. And one of the things on my wish list that I believe will help older people, and I am nowhere close to old. If anything, I'm bringing sexy back, but not old at all, folks, is a handle that's incorporated into the battery. Think about that, a nice, thin, strong handle, all right, that when you go and grab your battery to take it out of a compartment, you know, this is a 10 amp hour battery. This is almost 8 pounds. I am going to put weight up on the screen so you can see the 5, the 7.5, and the 10 amp hour weight. These are heavy. Now, again, if you're older, especially, you know, opening that up and pulling this out with the one hand, you almost need 2. So that is my number 2 wish list item. All right, number 3 on my wish list. Imagine this, a 2 battery select cut system. Just imagine you could put 2 10 amp hour batteries into an Ego. Yeah, it'll get heavier, right? But you're talking up to 150 minutes of mowing, right? Let's do it. Oh man, a dual battery system, select cut, double blade. All right, the last thing on my wish list would be that they take this battery panel out of here, they angle it a little higher, and they add 5 bars, just like they have on their batteries. So you can see, and in some cases, the battery meter is not as visible. You know, it could be really sunny. It could be another reason why. But just imagine a nice bright LED with 5 bars right here instead of this. I'm not a fan of this. That is my number 4 wish list. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching our video. Seriously, I hope this helped you in some way. I really wanted to put this like, dislike, and wish list together, and I do hope it's helpful. I'm going to also put up our social media. If you actually want to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook, go right ahead. More importantly, if you can give us a like, it really, really helps our channel. You have no idea. Also, share our video, okay? Post a comment, and we'll put links in the description so you can see our other videos as well. Guys, thank you so much. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.